Welcome back for another weekly feature here about gardening in the fall, and this week I'm joined by Brent Hansen.
Today, coverage of the Olympic workouts that we're doing here at the YMCA of Northwoods. Once again, I'm joined by Chris Cook, and today we're going to go over a little bit of boxing.
Here in New Jersey, maybe the state hit hardest by the storm that slammed the Northeast. Today, the president will travel to the state to view the damage with Governor Chris Christie. Well, speaking of closer to the house, we're going to take it now to Brent's wife, Sue Hansen, to talk about some of the planting that you can do around your house, maybe up close next to the home here. And Sue, you guys have quite a variety. What do we have planted over here and along the side of the house?
Along the house we did shrubs.
There's a lot of memories on the wall here and a lot of guests, and we're working hard.
After living in more than 30 places, driving 2 million miles, visiting 38 states and 19 countries, Dick Rothing's heart has guided him through life's memories.
There's so many of them.
Come on in.
And so many center here at the Rothings' Our Place cabins.
It just keeps getting better as the memories that get created up here are told.
Some started as children playing in a Chicago suburb.
If you were trying to go to the Yell station or the store that direction, if you walk by the Rothing house, you get sucked in.
Dick Rothing's magnetism has drawn in thousands of friends throughout his 55 years.
You know, people would approach me and say, "Oh, you're Dick's friend. And Dick helped me with this, and Dick helped me with that."
Now, from across the country, they find themselves back at Our Place once again.
Enjoy ourselves day from sunup to sundown.
We also need large frying facilities, so this is our fry pan.
Now the family is gathering for a different reason.
Not as much fun.
They told me I was stage 4 esophageal cancer, essentially inoperable, and that I was terminally ill.
That was in March of this year.
You could feel it in the room that something was going on. You know, again, we didn't know.
They call it their terrible Tuesday, when Dick suffered a seizure and lost all treatment options for the cancer growing in his throat.
And, you know, we left that hospital. They asked him, "How do you want to spend your last days?" Days.
They basically only gave me about 2 weeks to live when I left the hospital. And now we're here talking today, 5 months later.
Now they live one day at a time together, knowing what's around the bend.
This is not the time I wanted to have. I knew this day was going to come. It's hard. Really hard. It's really hard for me and my boy. He just turned 20 and I really wanted more time with him.
A son losing a father, a sister losing a brother. But everyone knows it's not forever.
To know that he's going before me and he's going to be my tour guide. We'll be together again, and he's going to scope it out. And that's my comfort to let him go.
I just love him.
Dick says life has a way of taking care of you, even if it's not what you expect.
It's been one hell of a ride. It's a real eye-opener.
Now the Rothings are busy making the most out of memories on Little St. Germain.
How does a guy that's in this situation last this long if it's not because he's surrounded by people who love him?
There's nothing like the Northwoods. Just a wonderful spot. It's been my final days. If I hang around a couple more weeks, we'll see the fall colors.
As the leaves fade, Dick feels a shift in the wind, leading him towards another new journey.
But I am definitely slowly going.
There's no fear for the Rothings, though, because they know Dick is only taking a small step from this side of the sunset to the other, where he can warm their hearts and light the way on this journey we call life.
I started drinking red wine when I was about 5. That's the start.
Now, decades later, David Welbus has turned a dream into a reality with his family's Brigadoon winery.
Waking up every morning, coming outside because our job, 3/4 of it's outside in the summertime.
But what may feel nice for the winemaker isn't always best for the vine.
Because we are in such a cold climate, We have to do things a little bit differently.
There are countless challenges to growing grapes here in the Northwoods. You have things that can affect the vine, like slugs or bacteria that can get in and affect the growth, to something like the sun coming out and being either too hot in the summer or too cold in the spring and the fall. But in the end, a handful of these little guys make it off the vine into a fine homemade wine.
And you, as a winemaker and with Mother Nature, with the fruit, trying to make a nice meld of a product.
Of course, Mother Nature's plans may not always align with your own.
The longer we can keep them hanging on the vine, the better we are because our acids drop.
Acid is only the beginning of this equation. Now the science starts to get complicated.
A lot of laboratory work, a lot of testing.
The sweet spot? Low acids, high sugars.
It's a labor of love.
Showing the world how sweet and satisfying it can be to bear the fruits of your labor. Especially when those fruits are bottled at Brigadoon. Michael Crusan, Newswatch 12, Triple I.
You are from Woodruff and you are at HVAC. What does HVAC stand for again?
Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
There we go, technician. All right, so once again, to my right, Todd Albano and Kevin Fitzpatrick to my left. We'll begin with you, Kevin, for the first question. Do you feel the current school funding formula puts Northwood students at midday? I'm Michael Crusan. Extra weather balloons measurements in Wisconsin helping to track the path of Sandy. Jeff Last with the National Weather. This week, all eyes are on the GOP in Florida, but further north, all the way to Boulder Junction, the focus last night for Democrats was on Susan Summer. With gas prices jumping over $4 per gallon in the Northwoods, you may be considering a new set of wheels. Check out some of the options in the hybrid market and beyond. Sick of having to pick up this and watch this spiral upwards at an alarming rate? Well, a solution many of us overlook is